Hey, what's good, y'all? Yeah, man, let's touch on this topic real quick, right? So, I've been trying to hold my tongue in regards to this so-called internet beef between Laila Ali and Claressa Shields. Reason being, um, it's a lot of things to talk about in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? And I've made videos about Claressa Shields in reference to how she's changed over the years, as far as her attitude and the way that she carries herself. I was a big fan of Claressa Shields. I'll say probably like before 2020. You know what I mean? She was a completely different person, carried herself with a lot more class. Even when she was more tomboyish, she was more likable to me. You know what I'm saying? She was natural. I mean, she may have had a few, hidden underlying issues that, you know, she never really talked about, or maybe, people didn't really notice, but she's come from a rough place. You know what I'm saying? And um man, what's that place in Michigan, man, where she from? I can't even think of the name right now, but I know that they got some serious water issues, and they got a serious poverty issue um in the city that she's from, yo. You know what I mean? And with that being said, um people are very sensitive on this internet. And I know that everybody has feelings and people are supposed to be sensitive to certain things, but a lot of people seem to be overly sensitive and overly emotional. You know what I'm saying? This is the internet, and people is going to have their opinions and shit, you know what I'm saying, about certain things. But you would think the men, you know what I mean? Even though I understand everything could be a talking point, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess it's open season for whatever the fuck you want to talk about on here. You know what I'm saying? But I would think that the men more so. See, this is what I'm trying to say. What's going on between Layla and Claressa? That's a woman thing. When Claressa was out here talking shit about how she can beat men up, it was a lot of men making videos talking about how she was out of order and such and whatnot. I don't watch a lot of female channels, but I didn't see a lot of female channels putting her in her place. I mean, that's here nor there. I'm just trying to make a point. um, Men, I feel, should kind of like fall back from females beef. You know what I'm saying? At least that's just how I came up. I'm it's more men, okay, more men owned boxing channels on here gossiping now, okay, about this little beef between Claressa and Layla, right? I mean, I understand, yo. Okay, you want to do a little video about it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? You give your opinion, how you feel about it, where you stand with it, and then you go on about your business. You know what I'm saying? You don't make a video about it no more. I hope these young ladies come to some sort of compromise. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of messed up. You know what I'm saying? We got these two of the most talented women in the sport of boxing going back and forth with each other. It's sad to see. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to add any fuel to the fire. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, get too involved with women's beef. You get what I'm trying to say? I mean, you ever heard Baltimore people say shit like, it's a little expression they say, like, when um a dude complained too much. When I was in prison, if a dude was complaining too much or bitching too much, you know what I'm saying? You know, they'll say some shit like, what the baby gonna do? What the baby gonna do? If a dude, complain too much, they call like you crying, you know what I'm saying? So my whole thing, what are the other female boxing channels gonna talk about if all these grown ass men is taking the limelight, the spotlight to talk about, or taking the women's spotlight, their chance to shine off of what's, between women, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand this is boxing, yo, but they not gonna box. We know this. That's never gonna happen. They never gonna box, yo. So once we see the shenanigans, and what it really is as men, I'm just not understanding, man, like what type of men think that is okay and don't find nothing wrong with consistently every other day since this shit has been going on. I'm gonna say every other day or at least 3 times a week, making a video or speaking about Claressa and Laila in your live, or just Claressa Shields, period, like for a matter of hours. I'm like, for a matter of hours, bro? I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. I mean, this is just my opinion. I'm just not used to I don't know. I'm not used to men wanting to be so involved in women's business, bro. When it got something to do with 2 women, okay? Once again, I stopped even talking about Claressa. I mean, yeah, I stopped talking about Claressa and even making videos about Claressa because it seemed like that's by speaking about it, it's bringing attention to it. You know what I'm saying? And when I don't want to, I disagree with something, I feel like if you don't want to bring attention to it or you want it to cease, you should stop talking about this shit. You know what I'm saying? So Laila basically exposed Claressa the same way, saying the same shit that I was saying in my videos when people was trying to make it seem like I was bashing the chick just for telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't never called Claressa out her name. I never called Claressa well, I don't use the term ugly or like come at her looks or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I basically spoke on her attitude, demeanor, you know what I'm saying, and the way it's changed over the years, you know what I'm saying, for the worse. And how I disapprove of that because it left a bad taste in my mouth because I was a big fan of Claressa Shields. That's basically it. You know what I'm saying? And how she out of order for thinking she can beat a man because as soon as a man beat the brakes off of her, he gonna be the worst nigga in the world for, oh, she's a woman. And well, yo, what the fuck? He was supposed to let her beat him up? Like, and then y'all gonna think that you can just beat up men. So it's like, yeah, I had an issue with that. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, I mean, I'm just saying, man, I mean, after a while, hey, the truth will come out. You know what I'm saying? If people keep moving a certain way and attention seeking, not being themselves, um pushing false narratives, just putting out bad energy, all of that shit'll come to the light, man. They're gonna be exposed as who they really are anyway. All this shit with Victor Conti and the people that's in his stable and all that, I don't keep talking about that shit because I know it's just a matter of time before all of that shit is exposed. And, you know what I'm saying? And I've been saying it. And once it's exposed, these big channels that didn't even want to talk about the shit at first, they're going to get all the credit for it. Like they've been talking about it. Like, yeah, I told you this was going to happen. Told you this was going to happen. When they didn't even want to believe the shit at first. But see, that's just how it go. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm just saying, man, as men, I feel like if you consider yourself a man, a masculine man, I think that it shouldn't resonate well with you, or you shouldn't feel comfortable, you know, talking about a woman's beef so like like comfortably, freely. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. I don't know, but I mean, if anybody disagree, man, y'all get in the comment section, man. Tell me how y'all feel about it. You know what I'm saying? I just it's a new day and age, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, damn, yo. I mean, I would have never thought I'd see the day, you know me, where men ain't got nothing else to talk about outside of women's beef. You know what I'm saying? That's just like if one of these or these rappers was beefing or going back and forth. Female rappers, you know what I'm saying? Just it's females. Now I can understand if it's dudes that's supposed to be beefing, though most of that shit is fake. But it's like, yeah, man, made the stallion out of order for coming at Cardi B like that. And so it's just, yo, like what the fuck, bro? Y'all sound like broads, fam. I'll try my best not to say it, yo. You sound like women, and it's no. This is what women's supposed to do. So it's no diss to women. Me saying dudes sound like broads because dudes ain't supposed to sound like broads. That's why I'm saying it. You feel me? Yeah, man. Like, come on, man. We gotta get it together, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on, bro. But yeah, y'all see, I've been falling back off this shit. This shit don't really mean nothing to me, man. I might make a video a day, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Till I see what's up. Come December, you know what I'm saying? We're getting my monetization back. Outside of that, man, I'm just sitting back in the cut. You know what I'm saying? Watching the festivities. You feel me? At the end of the day. Black Dr. Phil, I'm out, man.